Luminar 4 has arrived with a new feature, sky replacement. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it the holy grail for your landscape photography? Or is it unnatural that you should avoid using? Today, we will take a look. Hello everyone, my name is Ming. At any point, if you are interested in Luminar 4, you can use the coupon code MING during checkout to save $10. Today we'll be taking a close look at the new feature, sky replacement, and we will figure out what kind of photos work best with this new feature and what kind of photos don't work very well with this feature. And also I'm going to give you a couple tips how to use this feature. Now let's jump into this video. Alright, now we are in Luminar 4. Go to Edit and go to AI Sky Replacement and then click on Sky Selection. And here you can select a preloaded image from this library, and the software will use artificial intelligence to detect the edge of the sky and replace the sky with this preloaded image that you selected. So in this case, I think it does a pretty good job at detecting the edge of the sky. I just zoomed into 100% scale, and I think the edge looks clear, the edge looks clean. If you don't like this sky, you can click on it and maybe change to a different sky image. So this is Dramatic Sky 4, which I think it works pretty good with the rest of the photo. I think it matches the exposure, it also matches the color temperature. Now let's go to the second photo. This is a photo I took during sunrise, and the sun was behind me and the sky was pretty boring. I'm gonna click on sky selection, and there is no sunrise in the library, so I'm gonna click on one of the sunset photo, dramatic sunset number 1. And as you can see, I think it also does a pretty good job at detecting the edge of the sky. Let me zoom into 100%. You can see the edge clear and clean again. The mask is pretty good. But the problem here is the sun is at this position, which doesn't match the lighting on the mountain. Also, the color of the light source doesn't match the color on the mountains as well. So this sky doesn't work very well with the rest of the photo. I'm gonna try something different. Dramatic sunset number 2. Again, the sun is right here, which doesn't match the lighting on the mountain. Maybe try sunset number 1. It's too bright. Sunset 2. Still doesn't match very well. Let's try sunset clouds. So overall, I think this works better. I can use this horizon position tool to reposition the sky image. Alright, maybe like that. And then I can use this relight scene slider. I think it changes the color temperature in rest of the photo to match the sky. For this photo, I think the software did a pretty good job at detecting the edge and replacing the sky. But the problem with this photo is the preloaded library in the software. I just couldn't find a preloaded image from the library that works very well with my own photo. Either the position of the sun doesn't match, or the lighting doesn't match, or the color temperature doesn't match. So I actually prefer the original sky, even though it was an empty sky. The software does provide you with a couple of sliders to help you match exposure and temperature. But for this particular photo, no matter what I do, I couldn't get the exposure and the temperature 100% matched between the sky and the foreground. Now let's move on to the third photo. As you can see, it's a pretty empty sky. So click on sky selection. I'm gonna do blue sky number 1. Alright, so let's zoom into 100% and take a look. So right here, there's some weird stuff going on. Let me change something else, maybe it's more obvious. Let's do dramatic sunset. Alright. check this out here. Let me do before. This is before, this is the original sky, and this is the sky replacement. And you can see in this case, the software, I think it's safe to say the software failed to detect the edge of the sky. So it seems to me that if your background is a little bit unclear, a little bit hazy, then the sky replacement is going to be a little bit challenging. All right, let's move on. This is probably the most challenging photo because the color of the ground is very, very similar to the color of sky. So if I do sky selection, I want to do I don't know. Let's try galaxy number 1, just see what happens. Boom. Not surprising. It replaced the foreground as well because the color. Okay, let's try, what about sunset clouds? And then I'm gonna reposition the sky photo. So in this case, I might be able to use the brush and then select erase. I can edit the mask. I can erase this area. Well, but even like that, I think the sky doesn't match the ground very well. Now you probably have the sense what kind of photos work best with the sky replacement feature in Luminar 4 and what kind of photos may not work very well with this feature. Now I'm going to show you how you can load your custom image into Luminar 4 and replace the sky with your custom image. So it's actually pretty easy. Click on sky selection again and then go to load custom sky image, and then you can select your own image. And this is the photo I'm going to select. I'm going to use horizon position tool to reposition my custom image. I'm going to move it down so I can see the clouds at the top. And then I'm going to use the relight scene slider to change the color temperature, change the color of the foreground to match the sky. All right, overall maybe like that. But then you can see this part and this part, it didn't work very well. All right, after a couple examples, here are my thoughts. Number 1, this sky replacement feature in Luminar 4 could work very well with some certain photos if you have a clear edge in the photo. If there is no clear edge in the photo, the results might be a little bit weird. Number 2, you don't want to use the sky image in the preloaded library. I know it also allows you to download more photos from Luminar's website. Don't use any of those sky images as well, because I think it's a little bit embarrassing when people looking at your photo and it goes like, you know what? I have seen this photo before. I know it's from Luminar's website, Luminar's sky library. I think it's a little bit embarrassing, at least to me. It's a little bit embarrassing, and I think the value of your photo just drops because people know it is fake. If you are going to use sky replacement, I will encourage you to always use your custom image. Number 3, when using sky replacement, consider if the sky really belongs to that photo, if the sky makes sense to be there. Consider the position of the light source, position of the sun, position of the moon, and check the exposure, check the temperature. So everything needs to match the ground very well in order to make people feel it is natural. This is just a couple of advice if you want to use sky replacement feature in Luminar 4. Again, if you are interested, you can use the coupon code MING during checkout to save $10. Alright, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please click on the thumbs up button below. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing and also check out more information in the description below. Alright guys, enjoy photography. Bye for now.